Most people think getting someone to agree with you is about convincing them with logic. But real influence isn't about what makes sense. It's about what feels right in the moment. The most persuasive people don't argue, explain, or push too hard. Instead, they create a mental pathway where saying yes feels like the only natural choice. If you control how someone feels before they make a decision, you control the decision itself. It all starts with the yes momentum effect. When a person agrees to small things early in a conversation, their brain starts forming a pattern of saying yes. The mistake most people make is jumping to the big request too quickly. The trick is to get small agreements first, so by the time you make your real request, their brain is already conditioned to follow through. Start with harmless statements they can't deny, like, "You probably already know this, but trust is everything in a good conversation." It's crazy how most people don't really listen, right? You seem like someone who values honesty. Each time they agree, their mind becomes more comfortable with saying yes. And once they've said yes a few times, rejecting you later feels unnatural. Another powerful persuasion trick is future pacing. Instead of asking them to make a decision right now, get them to mentally commit to it in the future. The brain doesn't resist hypothetical commitments the way it resists immediate ones. Instead of saying, "Would you do this?" say, "Imagine we're already doing this. How do you think it would feel?" This bypasses hesitation because their brain starts picturing the outcome as if it's already happening. And once they've mentally accepted it, following through feels automatic. One of the most underrated persuasion techniques is mirroring their thought process. People trust what feels familiar. If they feel like your reasoning matches theirs, their brain automatically lowers its defenses. If they express doubt, don't argue. Instead, agree and redirect. If they say, "I don't usually do things like this," don't push them. Instead say, "I get that. You probably take your time with decisions." That makes sense. You seem like the type who's careful about choices. Now, instead of resisting, their brain feels understood. Once someone feels understood, they stop defending their position and start considering yours. The next layer of control is anchoring emotions to the decision. People don't remember facts. They remember feelings. If agreeing with you feels good, exciting, or rewarding, they will do it naturally. Instead of saying, "You should do this," create an emotional trigger. "I bet you'd actually enjoy this more than you think." "I like how open-minded you are." It makes conversations better. Now, they aren't just agreeing, they are agreeing because it makes them feel good about themselves. Another powerful technique is removing the pressure of choice. When people feel like they are being forced to decide, they resist. But if you give them two options where both choices lead to the same outcome, they feel in control while still saying yes. Instead of asking, "Do you want to do this?" ask, "Would you rather start now or think about it and come back later?" Now their mind is choosing between two versions of yes, without even realizing they never considered saying no. One of the strongest persuasion triggers is creating urgency without pressure. The best way to do this is by using scarcity language without making it feel forced. Instead of saying, "You need to do this now," say, "Most people miss out because they overthink things." Now, their brain sees waiting as the real risk. If they feel like taking action now means gaining something, but delaying means losing, they will say yes, just to avoid missing out. The final persuasion trick is sealing the agreement with confirmation bias. Once they say yes, their brain naturally starts justifying the decision to avoid feeling inconsistent. Reinforce their choice by making them feel smart and in control. Say things like, "You're the type of person who knows when to take advantage of good opportunities. I had a feeling you'd get this. It's rare to find people who understand things this fast." Now, their brain works to prove they made the right choice, which makes them even more committed to the decision. When these techniques are combined, clients won't just say yes, they will believe they made the decision themselves. They won't feel pressured. They will feel like they were always going to agree anyway. And once someone convinces themselves that saying yes was their own idea, they will follow through without hesitation. If you want to learn advanced persuasion techniques, psychological triggers, and hidden influence tactics, I break everything down inside my private group. You'll get exclusive strategies on seamless persuasion, emotional manipulation, and long-term influence that can't be found anywhere else. If you're serious about mastering this, the link is in the description.